Greetings, friends. I'd like to talk a little bit today about an interesting subject of Nevada history, and that is our Nevada state song, Home Means Nevada. Now, you might know this song because perhaps you've sung it in class, maybe with me, or maybe even at another school. Maybe you've heard it sung somewhere else, like at a sporting event, or maybe the balloon races, or something like that. It's a very popular song. But where did it come from? It didn't just pop out of the sky. No, this is the story of the person that wrote Home Means Nevada. Her name was Bertha Raffetto, and she was not born here, but she moved here and fell in love with the state. And she was a poet and a musician, two things that I love so much. Now, when she was younger, she felt she was a better writer than she was a musician. That's fair enough. So she would go on walks and think about the place that we lived, because not only did she live in Nevada, she lived right here in Reno, in fact. And so the places that she walked around and she found beautiful in the day and the night, she wrote poetry about it. She felt like she wanted to write a song about it, but she didn't feel confident about her songwriting skills. That's understandable. It is kind of tricky to write a song sometimes. And she said, I wanted to make a beautiful song that was as beautiful as the state, and I don't think I could write such a song just yet. So she took that poem and she filed it away for many, many years. It sat in a drawer. In the meantime, she taught piano lessons and became a better musician herself, and started hearing things in her head that might work for a song that would be as beautiful as our state. Well, in 1932, there was a big event happening. There was a big picnic happening at Bowers Mansion, which is down between Reno and Carson City. It's a beautiful place. It's still there today. You can visit it. And in Bowers Mansion, they were going to have a picnic. This picnic was hosted by the Nevada Native Daughters. Now, this wasn't just throw a bunch of chips and sandwiches in a picnic basket and throw a blanket out on the lawn. Oh no, this was a fancy affair. You got dressed up with fancy hats, fancy dresses. You did not sit on the ground. You sat in fine linen draped tables, and you had a lovely picnic with flower vases and a band and music. Well, guess what? She was asked to share a song about Nevada as part of the music. Oh, she was so honored. And she thought, wow, this will be great. I've got plenty of time to write a song. It's not going to happen for another 2 weeks, this picnic. So she got to doing other things around the house and having fun, and forgot all about the calendar and forgot all about how close that picnic really was. Well, the night before, she remembered the picnic. Oh no, she said, I am supposed to perform a song that I wrote about Nevada. I don't have a song that I wrote about Nevada. All I have is a poem that I wrote a few years ago. Not a single note to go with it. She was frantic. She sat down at the piano and she started playing and she started playing, and she took a pencil and she scribbled out some notes, and she played some more and scribble and play and scribble until she had the idea of a song. And this song came out of her fairly quickly, thank goodness, because it was in her head. She had been hearing this song for years as she remembered the poem as she would go on her walks throughout Reno and Sparks and northern Nevada. And so this song came out and she wrote it out, and then she had to practice it. Because as you know, music is not easy to play just at the drop of a hat. You've got to practice it. And so she practiced all night long, practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing. And her friends that were going to help her sing it, well, they didn't know the song, so she had to teach them the song. That morning, the picnic was in the afternoon, and so she had her friends over to her house, and they practiced and practiced and practiced all morning, nonstop. In fact, they said while they were in the car driving down to Bowers Mansion, she was in the back with her friends and they were still practicing the song right to the moment they pulled up in front of the mansion and walked up on stage and performed it. Now, how do you think things went when you are singing and playing a song that you just wrote the night before and that you hadn't even practiced with your friends until just this morning? Pretty disastrous, right? Nope. People loved the song. And the acting governor of Nevada happened to be at that picnic. He was speaking that day, giving a speech, and when he heard that song, he thought it was the most beautiful thing he had heard. He said, "Bertha, that song is amazing. I think we should make it our official state song." And she said, "Oh, wow, oh my, how's that going to happen?" He said, "Well, the legislature, they're going to meet and they're going to make this the song. I'm going to tell them to make it the song." And she says, "How will they know to vote for it if nobody has heard the song?" Well, she made it her mission over the next several months to sing that song as many times and in as many places around the state as she could. In fact, in just 3 months' time, she gave an estimated 178 performances of that song in different places around Nevada. Well, the decision was an easy one. When the legislature met in February of 1933, they declared her song, Home Means Nevada, to be the official song of the state of Nevada. Now, she was very humbled by this, and she considers it her most beautiful and amazing artistic achievement of her life, and I agree. So, I invite you to sing along with Home Means Nevada. Now, don't just sing along because, all good songs have some movement to them. And so here's the movement for the chorus. You'll know when it comes because a little window with me and it's going to pop up and we're going to do the motions together. So the words and the motions go like this. Home means Nevada. You make a house. Home means the hills, because we have a lot of those around here, don't we? Home means the sage. Sage is a bush, so it's low to the ground. It's sagebrush, our state flower, by the way. Home means the sage and the pine. Pine is a tall tree. Out by the Truckee silvery rills. What's the Truckee? What are silvery rills? The Truckee is the river that runs right through town, right here in Reno and Sparks. So out by the Truckee's silvery rills. And if you have seen the Truckee River on a bright sunny day, you'll notice it glitters like silver. The water is so clean and cold. So out by the Truckee's silvery rills, out where the sun always shines. Here's the sunshine. There is the land that I love the best, fairer than all I can see. Right in the heart, you're gonna make a heart with your hands, put it right over your own heart. Right in the heart of the Golden West. On Golden West, you're gonna take your cowboy hat and you're gonna give it a little tip out of respect for Nevada. Home means Nevada to me. All right? Enjoy following along with the motions and the lyrics and singing the song about our home, our beautiful, beautiful home.
Way out in the land of the setting sun, where the wind blows wild and free, there's a lovely spot, just the only one that means home, sweet home to me. If you follow the old Kit Carson trail until desert meets the hills, oh, you certainly will agree with me, it's the place of 1,000 thrills. Home means Nevada. Nevada to me. Whenever the sun at the close of day colors all the western sky, oh, my heart returns to the desert gray and the mountains towering high, where the moonbeams play in the shadowed glen with the spotted fawn and doe. All the livelong night until morning light is the loveliest place I know. Home means Nevada, home means the hills, home means the sage and the pine. Out by the Truckee's silvery rills, out where the sun always shines, there is the land that I love the best, fairer than all I can see, right in the heart of the golden west. Home means Nevada to me. Home means Nevada to me.
Well, how'd you do? Did you enjoy singing it? You know, you can rewind this video and sing that as many times as you like. It's worth singing 178 times, at least. Now, I have another project for you, and you may choose to do this, but could you write a poem about our beautiful home, our beautiful state of Nevada? I bet you could write a few lines just of the things that are around us that are beautiful. What would you come up with? Maybe you could take that poem and write a song about it. Wouldn't that be something? Now, you could be like Bertha Raffetto and not write a song about it for years and years and years. And maybe you'll come to it years from now. Or maybe you'll write a song and it'll be overnight. You'll have to write it, scribbling it down with a pencil on paper and learning it and teaching it to your friends the next day. What are you going to do? So I would love to see any poetry and any songs that you come up with. All right, fellow Nevadans, have a great day. Stay awesome. Home means Nevada.